Happy Thursday, and it's time for a new vlog. I just realized that I've been vlogging for you all for what, like the last 2 weeks straight, I think? Oh, man. I mean, I actually really enjoy making these videos, and they're just very fun to do. Not to mention, definitely interacting with a lot of you all, too, is always fun as well. So, by all means, it's definitely not a burden on my end. I very much enjoy doing these. I think back in 2010, my longest record was something like 2.5 months without missing one day of blogging. And somebody did ask, what is a vlog? Yes, a vlog essentially is a video log. Going all the way back during like 2010 on YouTube, doing video logs, or rather a blog per se. I guess blog and vlog is kind of really the same thing, but Shay Carl really started the vlogging on YouTube, where he said, hey, I'm going to be posting a video every single day for, I believe, 1 year. He ended up doing it, and then it turned into, obviously, like, something super duper bigger. Like you said, I haven't watched Shay Carl in years. I know that he went through a very rough patch as well. I don't know the full extent, so I can't really comment on that. But I can definitely talk about 2010, 2011 time frame. Shay Tarts were, well, they were, they started the entire video logging revolution. If it wasn't for him, I would have never started this YouTube channel. So gotta show some respect, and also a salute to Mr. Shay Carl, wherever he is. Okay, so for today, uploaded a new video on my main channel talking about Third Age and some items crashing. Pretty much going over some stuff in my bank. I made a video probably about over 1.5 years ago, and I kind of really wanted to do an update. Not to mention, I did mention a bank video soon, so I did get somebody that said, hey, you know, what about your Third Age items that pretty much got pulverized? Do you mind price checking them? And I'm like, might as well... Oh, excuse me, little burpees. Might as well do a video on my Third Age items, because I'm trying to keep videos on my main channel relatively short and sweet and simple, because I respect your guys' time tremendously, and I understand that you all watch a lot of other people on YouTube. Therefore, I don't want to be loading up your boat of videos in a way, right? Videos on the main channel, very short, simple, under maybe 12, maybe 13 minutes, some shorter, some longer. I am going to be posting a relatively longer video on there, probably sometime next week, talking about all of RuneScape history, giving my perspective and my memories and stuff. A lot of you all are definitely going to enjoy that one. But otherwise, yeah, this channel is definitely a little lengthier. Agility XP is, well, it's friggin' Agility XP. I gained just about, I believe, under 200k last night. Hopefully today I can somewhat do the same here. I did watch another scary movie. It's not necessarily a scary movie per se. It was a very B-rated movie. It's on Amazon Prime, and I'm sure you can find it somewhere on the internet too. Deep Evil. Very cheesy type of a movie. Pretty much a alien-related movie, and also kind of like a B-rated military style of a movie too. Some grunts pretty much go into a laboratory, and, well, it doesn't really go as planned. Made in 2004, and it's a TV movie. So, if you love TV movies like I do, this one's going to be right up your alley. I ended up giving it 9 out of 10 stars on Internet Movie Database. Why 9 out of 10? Because the movie was good, but I'm probably not going to rewatch it. That's pretty much how I rate movies. If it's a 10 out of 10, I'm going to rewatch it in the future. If it's 9 out of 10, it was good, but I'm just not going to rewatch it. If it's 8 out of 10, it's good-ish. 7 out of 10, it's like, 6 out of 10, what the frig. 5 out of 10, yo, this movie is, like, not what I thought it was. 3, 4 out of 10, we got some problems here. A 1 or a 2, don't ever waste your time. you're better off just beating your meat. Oh, yeah. Get some more pleasure out of choking your chicken than probably watching a 1 or 2 star movie. Today, we are going to be talking all about a very popular scam that was on RuneScape before the Grand Exchange. And I actually did make a video about this back in 2007 time period. Oh, yes, 2007. What is 2007? Well, 2007 is the start of old school RuneScape. So, back in April 8th, 2013, I basically uploaded a video talking about a very returning popular scam. And yes, this is old school RuneScape back in 2013. Before the Grand Exchange, we had mass trading here on old school RuneScape. So if you played old school RuneScape or started playing old school RuneScape 2016, later 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and if you started this year, there was no Grand Exchange when old school RuneScape first started. And a popular scam started to reemerge, and it caught people off guard. A lot of people. And I remember this scam many, many years ago, back in 2005, 6, and 7. It was so popular. So popular. Okay. So there are multiple ways on how you can do this scam with different types of items. You can do it by doing it with junk items. It was actually very popular with junk items, believe it or not. Or it could be very popular with a big item. But the problem with big items, and big items talking about like big valued items, you go ahead and buy a god sword, that is a big item. You go ahead and buy 1,000 desert goat horns, that is like a small item. Small items on the game, they're talking about the amount in quantity, not like not if the item is actually big or not in game. It's when somebody says big item on RuneScape, they mean, hey, is it an item that you is it an item that you can only buy one because it's so valuable in price. However, the reason why it was considered to be a junk scam is because a lot of newbies got manipulated. And it was very heartbreaking to actually hear from people that have actually gone through this scam. And when you realize it, you're like, wow, there's a lot of evil Bungholians on this game. Yeah, there really are, man. I've actually talked to people that have legitimately done this scam, and I'm like, dude, you're such a cockknocker. Yeah, they know they're a bunch of cockknockers. Okay, so you can do this scam primarily at any location. You can do it at Falador. You can do it at Varrock. It started when I actually looked up the history. It actually started in Falador. I'm not sure if the reason has to be with the Falador Massacre, no pun intended. I don't believe it does. But when I actually did a little bit of research into this, it did start in Falador, and it was very popular within the Falador area of trading, okay? Many, many years ago on Old School RuneScape and on RS3, Falador was covered with people for trading, primarily in World 2. World 1 was a free-to-play trading world. World 2 was a members trading world. So, Falador, massively filled with people. Varrock was massively filled with people. Then you also had the Falador Park, which was an overflow of massively amounts of people. And then you also had Camelot, Sears Village. Yeah, you actually had Camelot, Sears Village. And you also had Cather as kind of like an overflow for fishing items and cooking supplies. I would actually buy my raw lobsters in Cather when I was getting 99 cooking back in 2006, December 2006 time frame. And I remember buying, fishing items. It was crazy, man. Okay, So I don't condone ever doing scams on this game, but this is how this scam was basically pretty much done. The Grand Exchange pretty much obliterated the scam, by the way, let alone like 90% of all scams out there have been obliterated by the Grand Exchange. That's actually something good. So let's go ahead and say there's two people. Actually, three people. You have person A, Mr. Bungholian Cockknocker. You have person number B, Mr. Bungholian Cockknocker number 2. And then you have person C, Mr. Helpless Runescapian, right? So number A and number B is in Fally. Let's say one person is inside the furnace of Fally and they're selling an item. Then you have the person number B, which is right outside of the area. Then you have the newbie that's coming along. So pretty much, person A and B, they're working together, okay? And you can do this, like I said, with any type of item. But it really appealed to newbies when it was a mass quantity of items. So person number B, outside of the area, would... Oh boy, my screen recorder just crashed. I was actually talking to myself for a couple minutes. Okay, so anyways, you basically have three people in this scam, right? One person is a victim, two are Bungholians, right? And pretty much, keep it simple. You have a item that is valued at a price, and then you have one person outside of an area selling the item for way above what the item is worth. And then you have a person buying that item for even higher of what that person is selling it worth. So you say, hey, I could just buy this item from this individual and walk over here and sell it for a higher price. Well, then you buy the overpriced item, and basically pretty much the guy that's buying it for even a higher price, he or she ends up logging out of the game or just totally ignoring you. So those two people were working together entirely to pull off a scam. And it is a very well-known scam. It became very popular many, many years ago, and it started emerging back in the beginning of old school RuneScape. And you can do this with any type of item. You can do this with items that are just junk. You can do this with items that are very valuable. You can say, hey, I'm selling a god sword for, let's say a god sword's worth 10 mil, and you see someone selling it for 12 mil, much overpriced, and then you see someone buying it for 13, 14 mil. Well, those two people could very well be working together. Now, obviously, scams on old school RuneScape revolves around buying very cheap, undervalued items where people lure you and kill you and take your GP. Yeah, they're like, oh, I'm selling a T-bow for 500 mil. Follow me into the wild, right? So it was considered a junk, scam in a way, because obviously if you had like 1,000 unicorns or 1,000 goat horns or whatever, you would see someone selling them extremely overvalued and someone buying them even more overvalued. It really came down to knowing the prices, and this is why the Grand Exchange really squashed like 90% of scams, and this was definitely one of them. Because people would go on the Grand Exchange and be like, wait a second, why are you selling this? Or why are you buying this even like, something doesn't look right. You could just be using the Grand Exchange, man. What's going on? So yeah, I remember making a video on it because so many people, they ended up falling for that. And it really sucks because, yeah, I mean, if you're holding a lot of junk items, and that's one of the things the Grand Exchange really did was get all your junk items pretty much out of your bank. But I do remember that scam many years ago, back in 2006. I remember the people that I was doing business with in the sense of merchanting, or rather selling a lot of bowstrings and flax. I actually had my little merchanting little business on RuneScape 2 many, many years ago. I was merchanting high amounts of flax, bowstrings, and also steel bars as well too, and also cannonballs. And don't get me wrong, merchanting, totally legal. Scamming, manipulating stuff to hurt people, totally illegal. But the thing about it is that it was very much well known. People that you would find on the forums typically would not tend to be scammers and stuff. And back in 2006 and 7, you would become friends with people that you would do business with. And people that you would sell a lot of steel bars to, people that you would buy a lot of flax from, or maybe sell bowstrings to, they would constantly be hitting you up and be like, hey man, do you have any more flax? Do you have any more bowstrings? That's actually one of the ways that like friendships actually started on this game. Unfortunately, a lot of those people that I knew back then, they don't play anymore. But yes, scams back then they were all over the place. And that was definitely one of them. It was the junk item scam to really get you to sucker into buying somebody's junk way overvalued. And it worked. Unfortunately, it did. All right, everyone, I'm going to wrap up today's vlog on this closing note. Stay safe on this game. There's always scammers everywhere, even though we're in 2026. Should be level 96 agility, if not, probably not today. More so probably tomorrow. Otherwise, check out my new video that I uploaded on my main channel. And I'll keep you guys posted on new content. Otherwise, if you want more of me, check out my book on Amazon. Link is down below. And later.